As autumn deepens, the landscape across the UK transforms in remarkable ways. The vibrant golds and reds of October begin to fade, replaced by a more subdued palette as the days grow shorter and the air turns crisp. It's a time when many of us start to wonder what the coming month will bring, both in terms of weather and how it might affect our daily routines. The UK wonders what November's weather will bring, as people dig out their warmer coats and prepare for the unpredictable mix of rain, wind, and the occasional, bright, chilly day. November is a month of transition, and it often keeps us on our toes. November bridges the gap between autumn's lingering mildness and the first real hints of winter's chill. This makes planning ahead essential whether you're thinking about weekend walks, school runs, or even early holiday travel. The weather can shift quickly, so knowing what to expect is more important than ever. In this forecast, we'll break down what you can expect, from the dominant weather patterns at the start of November to the potential for significant changes as the month progresses. We'll look at how these patterns might affect everything from your commute to your garden. Using the latest weather models and expert analysis, we'll explain what's driving these shifts in the atmosphere and how they're likely to impact different regions of the UK. Whether you live in the north, south, east, or west, we'll cover what you need to know. Before we look ahead, we'll take a quick look back at October's weather. Understanding the patterns and extremes of the past month helps set the stage for what's to come, giving us valuable clues about how November might unfold. We'll also offer a brief glimpse into early December, as meteorological winter officially begins. This is when the first real frosts and even the chance of snow can start to appear, especially in more rural or northern areas. Our goal is to make the science simple and give you a clear, practical guide to November's likely conditions. From mild, wet starts to colder, drier spells later in the month, we'll help you prepare for whatever the weather may bring. Whether you're planning outdoor activities, keeping an eye on travel, or just want to know when to expect the first real taste of winter, you'll know what to expect and how to make the most of the season. So, let's dive into the forecast together and see what November has in store for the UK. Get ready for a month of change, surprises, and the beauty of the shifting seasons. Before we look ahead, let's recap October. Central England temperature data shows October 2025 was warmer than average, at 11.3 degrees 0.7 degrees, above the 1961-1990 norm. This continues a milder trend from September, though the warmth is less intense than earlier in the year. The persistent, but fading, warmth sets the tone for early November. The big question: will this mild pattern continue or break down? Early November looks set to carry this theme forward, thanks to ongoing large-scale weather patterns. Understanding October's context helps us appreciate any changes coming this month. So, October was officially milder than average, a crucial starting point for our November outlook. As we move into the first week to 10 days of November, the weather across the UK will be heavily influenced by a dominant low-pressure system spinning over the North Atlantic, particularly near Iceland and Scotland. This powerful system acts like a giant engine, driving the weather patterns that shape our days and nights. With this setup, air is drawn in from the south and west, creating what meteorologists call a classic Atlantic flow. This means that the prevailing winds are coming straight off the ocean, carrying with them both warmth and moisture. The result of this Atlantic influence is a surge of mild air, originating from regions like the Azores and Canary Islands. These subtropical sources help to keep temperatures across the UK noticeably above average for this time of year, making it feel more like early October than the start of November. So, as you step outside, you might notice a softer, gentler feel to the air. The chill that usually marks the beginning of November is replaced by a milder touch, with many people able to leave their heavier coats at home and enjoy the outdoors in lighter jackets or sweaters. However, this welcome warmth does come with a trade-off. The same Atlantic flow that brings milder temperatures also carries plenty of moisture, resulting in frequent spells of rain, especially for western and northern parts of the UK. These areas are most exposed to the incoming weather fronts, so expect regular downpours and damp conditions. The combination of mild air and regular rainfall is a classic hallmark of strong, Atlantic-driven autumn weather. It's a pattern that brings lush, green landscapes but also means you'll want to keep an umbrella or raincoat handy. For many, the start of November will feel unsettled and wet, with showers or longer spells of rain never too far away. Streets will glisten with puddles, and the sound of raindrops will be a familiar backdrop. While temperatures remain on the mild side, don't expect much in the way of bright sunny days. Instead, prepare for plenty of cloud cover, persistent drizzle, and a generally damp feel to the air. The low-pressure system to our northwest is the key driver behind this persistent pattern. Its influence extends across the British Isles, ensuring that the mild, wet, and unsettled theme continues for the foreseeable future. So as early November unfolds, expect a mix of above-average temperatures, frequent rain, and cloudy skies, a true taste of Atlantic autumn, where warmth and wet weather go hand in hand. Why the mild start? It's all about the air's journey. The low-pressure system spins counterclockwise, drawing winds from the southwest. This brings in warm, moist air from the subtropical Atlantic near the Azores. The Atlantic acts as a heat reservoir, keeping the air mild as it travels northeast. This strong, persistent southwesterly flow blocks colder air from moving in. Temperature anomaly maps show the UK several degrees warmer than average. But this mild air is also moist, leading to cloud and rain rather than sunshine. The Atlantic's influence shields us from early winter cold, but brings unsettled, gloomy weather. It's the classic British autumn trade-off, mild but wet. Not everyone will get the same weather. The west and north will be much wetter, while the south and east stay drier. High ground, like Scotland's mountains and the Pennines, forces moist Atlantic air to rise, cool, and drop rain. This orographic lift means places like western Scotland and North Wales get the most rain. By contrast, eastern and southeastern areas sit in a rain shadow, with drier, sometimes even below average rainfall. So, Glasgow and Snowdonia, keep your waterproofs handy. London and Norwich, expect more dry spells, though still cloudy. This east-west split is a classic feature of British weather, and it'll be pronounced in early November. Where you live will shape your November experience. Around mid-November, weather models hint at a significant pattern shift. The Atlantic's grip may weaken, with high pressure building from the south or east. High pressure brings sinking air, suppressing clouds and leading to drier, more settled weather. If high pressure takes over, the wet, mild spell ends, replaced by dry, possibly colder conditions. Winds could shift from the continent, bringing chillier air as Europe cools faster than the Atlantic. This could mean brighter days, sharper frosts, and a more wintry feel. It's a trend, not a guarantee. Models differ on the details. But the key message: expect a transition to colder, drier weather by mid-month. As high pressure continues to build across Europe, its exact position will play a crucial role in shaping the weather we experience in the UK over the coming weeks. The atmosphere is entering a period of transition, and the next moves of this high-pressure system will determine whether we face biting cold, crisp sunshine, or a mix of both. If the high settles over Scandinavia, it opens the door for cold easterly winds to sweep in from continental Europe and even as far as Siberia. This setup often brings a significant drop in temperatures, with widespread frosts, icy mornings, and a real chill in the air. You might notice the wind feeling particularly raw, especially in exposed areas, and the risk of wintry weather increases particularly in the east. Under a Scandinavian high, expect a run of dry, cold days with sharp overnight frosts. The air will feel crisp and clean, but temperatures will struggle to rise much during the day. In the east, occasional wintry showers are possible, especially if the cold air picks up moisture from the North Sea. Rural areas could see some beautiful, frosty mornings, but also the potential for slippery roads and icy patches. Alternatively, if high pressure builds out in the Atlantic, the winds will tend to come from the north or northwest. This pattern still brings cold air, but it's often accompanied by clearer skies and more sunshine, especially in western areas. The chill may not feel quite as intense as an easterly, but frosty nights and brisk days are still likely. Coastal regions could see some spectacular winter sunsets under this setup. There's also a third, less likely scenario. If high pressure stays further south, the UK could see a more mixed pattern, with occasional showers interspersed with brighter, milder spells. In this case, temperatures would hover closer to the seasonal average, and the weather would feel more changeable. One day chilly and damp, the next a bit brighter and more comfortable. No matter which scenario unfolds, the main takeaway is a clear trend toward cooler, drier weather as we move deeper into November. The days will feel noticeably colder, and the air will become less humid, with more frequent frosts and fewer spells of rain. The mild, wet pattern that's dominated much of autumn so far is set to break down, In its place, expect colder air to settle in, with a marked reduction in rainfall. This shift will be felt across the country, from city streets to rural fields, as the landscape transitions from damp and muddy to crisp and frosty. Of course, the finer details remain uncertain. Weather models are still debating the exact position of the high and how long it will last. But the overall direction is clear, a move away from unsettled, wet conditions toward a colder, drier spell. So, as we head into the second half of November, it's time to dig out those winter coats, scarves, and gloves. Prepare for a noticeable drop in temperature, drier days, and the return of frosty mornings. Winter is just around the corner. Looking into early December, long-range models suggest high pressure could remain dominant. This would mean a drier than normal start to winter, with calm, settled conditions. High pressure blocks wet, windy Atlantic systems, leading to quiet weather with light winds. But dry winter weather isn't always pleasant. Clear nights bring widespread frost and fog. Fog could be persistent, even lasting all day in some spots. While models hint at above-average temperatures, high pressure often means chilly days and frosty nights. This setup shields the UK from severe cold in Eastern Europe, but brings its own hazards. So, early December may be quiet, dry, and chilly, with frost and fog the main risks. A stark contrast to November's mild, wet start. November 2025 will be a month of two halves, a classic transition. The first 10 days, mild, wet, and unsettled, with above-average temperatures and frequent rain, especially in the west and north. The east and southeast will be drier thanks to the rain shadow effect. Around mid-month, expect a shift. High pressure brings drier, colder weather, and a more wintry feel. Overnight frost and fog become the main hazards as temperatures drop. Early December looks set to continue this settled, chilly pattern. The story: a move from mild, wet autumn to cold, dry winter. Be ready. Layers and waterproofs for early November, warmer coats and caution for frost and fog later on. Understanding this evolution helps everyone prepare for the changing season.